Guinea pig.
We're going to start with science. Remember, it's a review. You are not going to copy. You can have your notebook to see the information. Yes?
Teacher,
Tell
yo
me,
leí
Marcelo.
que mi mamá me dijo que hoy no tenemos español. No sé por qué, pero me dijo.
Yes, you don't have Spanish. I was talking with your classmate that. Now, let's start with science. Let's start with science. It's a review. You are not going to copy, but I need your participation. All of you are going to participate. Now, in science, we talk about how the flowers make seeds and fruits. You don't have to copy this. If it say right, don't worry, because that it's in a presentation that you already copied. Now, who can tell me how do flowers make seeds and fruits? Something that you remember about this topic. How do they make fruits or they make seeds?
They need temperature, water, air.
El progreso de la flor, de que va.
Okay, yes, Rebecca, that's right. They need some water, they need some soil, they need some nutrients to grow. That's right. The plants, they need it.
The water cycle.
No, we're not talking about that, Marcelo. We're talking about how do flowers make seeds and fruits. So let's check the information that we copied. If you remember, we said that the plants in the tree, before you see a fruit on the tree, they need to follow like steps. They need to follow a sequence too for you to see that there is a fruit or an apple in that tree. So something else must happen. So first, there must be the pollen. The pollen creates from a stamen of an apple flower must be moved to a sticky tip of a pistil. So it means that before we see the fruit, you don't have to copy, remember. Before you see that fruit in the tree or in the plant, the pollen must be moved from one place to another, from one flower to another flower. Now, how can we move the pollen from one flower to another? Can we do that, class? Humans can do that?
Yes.
Yes. What else? Do you think the animals can do that?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Which animals? They are the principal animals that or insects, better said, insects. They carry the pollen from one plant to another plant. Which insects?
Bees and butterflies.
A snake.
Bees
Erizo.
and butterflies.
Butterflies, Andrea. Lucia?
Erizo.
Bees and bees.
A bee.
Bees, that's right. The bees. The bees are the main insects that they carry the pollen from one place to another place. So in this way, they the pollens move from one place to another. Also the air, when there is a lot of air, so the pollen from one plant can move to another or to the ground, and in this way they can reach another plant. So let's read this in definition. So let's see, Andrea Nunez, help me to read this slide, Andrea.
Pollination, the movement of pollen from the tips of a stamen to a pistil. Small animals and insects. These insects gather nectar from the flowers. The pollen on their bodies can stick to the pistils. Ovary. The bottom part of the pistil in which seeds form.
Excellent. So remember, pollination, that's the definition that we use when there is a movement of pollen from the tips of the stamens to a pistil. Now, the small animals and insects that they gather the nectar from the flowers, they can be the pollinators, that most of the time they are the bees. And the ovary, it's a part of the plant, flower, the bottom part of the pistil in which the seeds form. So in this part, the ovary is where the seeds form, and then they start the process. Now, here we have another two definitions. Continue reading, Andrea.
Ovule, the inner part of an ovary that contains an egg. Fertilization, The combination of a sperm from a pollen grain with an egg to form a seed.
Excellent. The ovule is the inner part of an ovary that contains an egg. So there is an egg. And the fertilization is the
Yes.
combination of sperm and pollen. So there is a
You have to write.
fertilization. Yes. You don't have to write. You already copied this in your notebook. If you check your notebook, you can see that you already have it, right?
Really copy. Yes.
Khaled, do you have that information in your notebook? Yes. Who has that information in the notebook? See, Johnny. Yes, you are
I
showing
have
your.
it.
You have it. Yes. You don't have to copy again. You don't have to copy this. How do flowers and plants make seeds?
Flowers
Mhm.
seeds and fruits.
That's right. That's the topic. You already have it, Lucia. Excellent.
have it.
You have
I
it,
have
yes. So that's why you don't need to copy. Now, remember that the fertilization occurs when the pollen of the grain reaches the pistil and it grows in the thin tube that there is in the ovary sperm to form the pollen grain combines with an egg. And then you see the fertilization. We see the seeds, we start seeing the fruit, and we see that the plant or the tree contains a lot of fruits. Okay, now, also we have all this information that describe the fertilization, that is a function of the nuclei from a male and a female cell. So we need a female and a male cell to occur the fertilization. Okay, now let me share something else. We have the presentation, another topic that we need to review today. Do you see the new presentation?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, what is the life cycle of a flowering plant? Also, you already have this, so you don't have to copy. What is the life cycle of a flowering plant? Remember that we talk about dormant. What is dormant?
The seed low. The seed.
What is dormant?
It is
Dormant.
the resting state of a
This is a resting state of the seed.
That's right. It's the resting stage of a seed. When you see a seed that it's not doing anything, that's a dormant. It's a resting stage. It's like it's sleeping, right? That is dormant. Now, also, if you remember, you copied this. Some of you even drove. We talk about the life cycle of a flower, of a bean plant. What is number one? Khaled, read number one.
Takes water, oxygen, and the right temperature.
That's dormant seed. It's on the resting stage. It's not doing anything, just taking the water, the oxygen, and the temperature that it needs to grow later. Number two, Lucia.
Germany seed. First, a root pushes through the seed coat and grows downward.
Yeah, that's right. That's the second step or the second process that we have to
Now we have to copy this, me, or yes.
No, Camila, remember that you already have it in your notebook, please.
Yes, I think that we have to copy this.
Yes, no again. You already copied this. Now, yes, Jan, excellent. You even drove. Now, germinated seed, when you see that the first part of the plant start pushing downward. So we see that there is a root. That's the first one. After the dormant seed just gathering water, oxygen, and the right temperature. Then it starts growing the first part of the plant. What is number three, class?
Germinating seed. The top part of the root grows and becomes the stem. The seed coat fall of the seed leaf provides food for the plant. The small leaves begin to grow from between the seed leaves.
That's right. That's number three. We see that we don't have just one part of the plant. We start seeing the second part and the third one, that it has the stem and also it has two small leaves. They are growing. They are beginning to grow. Excellent. Number four. What is number four, class?
It's seldom when
Settling,
the
that's right.
stored food
in the seed leaves is used up. They dry up,
Dried up.
dried up and drop off. More leaves from buds of the same as the plants. On use the energy in the sugar to grow.
Excellent. That's number 4. When the store food, remember that in the first part is the dormancy. So it's gathering all the nutrients that the plant is going to need later. So that is number 1. Number 4, all that food that it was stored, it's start being used for the plant. So in this case, the plant is going to be growing. It's going to have more leaves. You're going to see that the stem is going to grow taller, and also the roots. So we're going to see the plant that it's growing. As you can see, the plant when you see it on the an auto plant. Yes, we can see an auto. Okay, any question about this life cycle? Any question, any comment about this?
And
No?
No.
Have you ever seen in real life this process of the life cycle of a bean plant?
Yes.
Yes, over another plant? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Now, let's watch a video. I'm going to share this video. So everybody pay attention. Everybody pay attention to this video.
Listen.
Send the link.
Okay. Tell me.
Send the link.
Link. I have here the video. Okay, here is the video. So everybody pay attention to this video. I'm going to ask questions about it.
All living things, both flowering.
No se ve nada. Ahora.
Okay, comments about the video class.
So with the pollination.
Rebecca,
Ella.
one.
Now the floor cycle.
The pollination to the bee is it into the flower circle.
Cycle. Okay, Marcelo.
Middle.
Rebecca, tell us what things you remember about the video.
The video tells us of a process of a plant. The seeds first need temperature over a lot of a thing.
Right. What else? Class, what else do you remember? Thank you, Rebecca. That's right. The video tells about the life cycle of a plant. They need the right temperature. They need water, different nutrients to grow. Now, what else it was displayed or was mentioned on the video? How it was mentioned some definitions. Do you remember pollination? What is pollination? What you mentioned about pollination on the video class?
Pollination.
Mhm.
Pollination.
Yes, what is mentioned about this pollination?
Pollination. The
No?
move of pollen from the type of sentence to an pistil.
That's right. It's a movement of the pollen from one plant to another. And also the video mentioned the different way that it occurs. Do you remember the ways that it occurs? The pollinations from one plant to another, one flower to another? Yes or no?
Stroders. I was
Oh, the spores, the spores?
The bee move
Bees.
the pollen of other place and other.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Rebecca, Calera, and Marcelo. What else? Who else wants to participate? Just Calera, Rebecca, and Marcelo. Listen to the video.
Yo ya no le dije.
Those are 3 of them. The rest? Okay, we're going to watch again the video. So if you don't remember, we're going to watch again the video. And I need everybody participating, not just the same people, okay? Yes? Okay, I'm going to display again the video. I'm going to listen to the video.
All living things, both flowering plants and non.
Okay, comments about this video class. Okay, Sijan, it's your turn, Sijan.
It starts like a seed,
Teacher,
and then
sí. Mire,
Okay, Sijan, continue.
and then grow the roots and the shoot. The shoot contains nutrients, and
Excellent.
then they grow the leaf that with the sunlight they grow. And they, when she grow, have nutrition, oxygen, sunlight, warm water. That grow a flower that can maybe and takes some
Friend of the pollen, the bees, that's right.
and his name is pollination.
That pollination, that's right. Besides the bees, what else? It mentioned that they need water, right? Some of them scattered out. Okay, excellent, Sijan. Congratulations. Excellent, Sijan. Let's see.
teacher,
Now, Marcelo, hold on, Marcelo. Gabriela Gigurens, it's your turn, Gabriela.
When the plant is full grown and that they not need the pollen, they produce spores.
The spore, there are other plants that they reproduce by spores. That's right. Excellent. Marcelo, you have a plant. What kind of plant do you have there, Marcelo?
Hay de sol and de sombra.
Do you know the name of that plant that Marcelo has?
Creo que es de sombra.
Excellent, Marcelo. Okay, let's see who else wants to share something about the video class. Let's see, Isabella through the chat says, they talk about the life cycle of the plant and the process of the pollination and photosynthesis. Excellent, Isabella. What else? Photosynthesis, Khaled. What it mentioned about photosynthesis? Do you remember something about it?
Creo que sí lo tengo en el cuaderno.
You write it on your notebook about photosynthesis. Remember that photosynthesis is when they produce the food, they get the sunlight, the carbon dioxide. To get that, that process is called photosynthesis. Now, what else? And more participation, Rebecca.
The pollination.
Tell this other time the plants have a lot of fruit and flowers.
That's right. Excellent. Okay, class, we're going to stop here. Don't forget to study all these definitions for the absence, and you can watch again the video. I'm going to share this information on Schoology. So bye-bye, class. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.